Hey guys, what's up? My name is Eva. Welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to talk about kind of an important topic, kind of not. I feel like this video isn't gonna be for like everybody. It only, I feel like, correlates to people that it correlates to, you know? But today I'm doing a video on healing your inner child. Like I said, not a video for everybody, but when it comes to healing our inner child, guys, like, the reason why sometimes we act out or we lash out or we become hypersensitive towards certain things is because of how our inner child has been sort of broken, you know? And the thing is, the older you get, guys, the older you get, the more experiences, can't speak. The older you get, the more experiences you have. It, in turn, makes you realize, like, how much you've changed since you were a kid. Like, for me, for example, guys, I wasn't doing the same things I used to love as a kid. You know, I feel like sometimes we lose things as we get older. We lose the habits that we used to have when we were kids. We sometimes break good and bad habits of things we used to do and the things we used to love doing. And that can cause some wounds. That can cause some scars. Like, for me, guys, I used to love drawing and painting. Like, that was one thing as a kid that I absolutely loved doing. I loved drawing, I loved painting. I'm a very creative person. And as I got older, I kind of lost it, and now I'm getting back into it. And I'm trying to draw again. I'm trying to, trying to do creative things when it comes to painting again. And I'm kind of healing that inner child again. I'm kind of healing my younger self, in a sense, you know? Because I used to be so full of light when I did that. And if you're wondering why you feel so, what's the word? I feel like if you feel lost, or you don't know why you're, you're struggling a little bit with, your emotions or whatever, look into your inner self. Look into your younger self. And figure out the things that you used to love doing. Because I guarantee you that's the reason why you're having those emotions, you know? We all have scars and we all have things that have hurt us. Another thing is, too, if you don't realize the things in the past that have hurt you, there's no way you can move on. You have to address the things that have happened in your life that have caused you pain. You know, if you don't address the things that have caused you pain, you're never going to heal from it. And sometimes you have to go right through it. And what's sad, though, is most people don't realize this until later in life. They'll be like in their mid-30s, or like me, beginning of my 20s, and I'm like, oh, that's the reason why I've been sad, because I used to do X, Y, and Z, and now I don't anymore. And maybe I need to get back into that, and maybe I need to start doing that, or whatever it is. And we have to remember to be kind to ourselves when we're in the middle of healing. And not just when it comes to healing your inner child, but healing yourself from anything. You have to remember to be patient with yourself. These things don't happen overnight. You know, like, if you're trying to stop, I mean, this is just an example, but if you're trying to stop drinking, you know what I mean? That does not happen overnight. You can't just put down the bottle and be like, okay, I'm done. Like, it doesn't work that way. It takes time. Maybe sometimes you just need to drink a little bit and start with lesser amounts of whatever you're drinking and go from there. Sometimes it's, putting the bottle in a different cabinet in your kitchen and like not going towards it, locking your cabinet, putting in the keys somewhere you're not going to want to go to grab them. It's not an overnight thing. But I think we have to address those demons, guys. That's the only way we're gonna heal. You know, if we don't address what's causing us pain now, it's only gonna get worse if we let it drag on. Since we do change so much, because it's only natural that we grow as we get older, is sometimes we have to learn and unlearn certain parts of ourselves again. Sometimes we have to look back and grab certain parts of ourselves that we left behind. You know what I mean? That we need to revisit and get back to. Sometimes what I do, and this is just like a personal thing I do when it comes to healing my inner child, like, I will literally look at old photographs of the things I used to do. Like, I mentioned painting earlier, but, you know, like other things, like I was into dance when I was a kid. Doing dance again maybe is something I want to revisit. You know, little things like that. Or maybe it's even like you used to, like when I was younger I used to write short stories. Maybe revisiting writing. You know, go back to a memory that has been set in your heart. Revisit that and try to, I don't want to say recreate the memory, but try to create memories based off of what made you happy as a kid, you know? Like if there was a certain place you used to go camping to, for example, go back to that place and maybe it'll trigger memories of what made you happy. I feel like with this process of healing, guys, it's truly learning how to be yourself again. I feel like that's the hard part, is it's learning how to be who you are again. And it's okay if you lose that part of yourself. Like, it's okay. It's okay if you fall off and, you know, you just have to try again. And it's alright. If you can't figure out things that you used to do when you were a kid, sometimes it helps writing things down. Writing things down that you used to do. I mean, journaling. That's what I'm talking about. Writing down things that you used to do as a kid. Writing down whatever you can remember. You have to go through those bad memories. And the good ones. Not just the good ones that I'm talking about, guys. Like when you're revisiting things that you used to do when you were a kid, it's also good to look at the bad memories. You know, like sometimes it's not fun thinking about the things that you did as a kid that you regret or the things that happened to you, but I think once you look at those bad memories, you'll be able to realize that those things were either a lesson or a mistake. Whatever the case may be, it's important to look at the bad memories and be like, okay, this happened to me, but I've grown from it. You know, this happened to me, but I'm going to be better from it. Sometimes, when you revisit those past memories or the things that made you happy in the past, it made you realize why you had to let certain things go and why you had to let people go. I think when you do your healing journey, you will realize, like, okay, that's the reason I had to let this person go, because they were ruining my mental health or they were doing something that completely wrecked me. It's okay. It's okay if that happens to you. I've had to get rid of friends, guys, that I've realized, like, aren't helping me grow. They're just degrading me. And sometimes it's even your environment, you know? But sometimes I've actually had to physically, I don't know if this makes sense to anybody, but I've had to go to certain places to realize that I don't want to be in this environment anymore. Like, I feel like there's always a certain place, guys, in our lives. Like, there's always a certain place that we would go to as kids that brought us back to who we are. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about your hometown or anything. Just like a random place. Like, it can be a water park. It could be a playground or something you used to go to when you were a kid and it made you feel so happy and alive. Like, sometimes it's good to revisit old places and realize, you know, how you can heal from that. And or maybe it's not like where it was a bad memory and you know you were going back to try to fix something that went wrong in your past, you know. Sometimes going back to an old place can give you a peace of mind, you know, make you realize why you were so happy when you were a kid. And I've done this too, where I've gone to like water parks or places that I used to go to when I was a kid, and I realized why I was so happy. And then you have that childlike sense of adventure again, and you become so happy, and you realize like why things happened the way they were supposed to happen. But I think it's also important to remember while you're doing your healing. I keep saying healing. We'll count how many times I say that in this video. It's important to realize that to not dwell on the past. I mean, it sounds really cringy, but you have to remember that we learn from everything. Every single thing that has happened to us, we have learned from. Remember that. Do not dwell on the past. Do not dwell on the things that have hurt you. Don't dwell on the things that have made you feel less than. You know? You just have to learn and heal from them. Anyways, I hope this helped somebody, or at least inspired somebody to start doing things they used to do as a kid that brought them so much happiness. I know for me, I've just been really interested in this subject lately, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you heal your inner child. You know, what are some things that you do that would help you heal your inner child? Or what are some memories that have, you know, sparked because of this, you know? And yeah, that's it for this video. And I will see you guys next week with another one. Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. Bye.